Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Tuesday, July 12th, 2016 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I nurture my feelings. And we are going to need to be nurturing ourselves, nurturing our feelings through some of this astro today. We have the day with the moon beginning in Libra. And like I said, the last 2 days, Libra brings in that element of balance. It wants peace, it wants harmony, it wants beauty, it wants love. But that moon in Libra is going to be finding itself working in some squared energy today and some opposition energy. We begin the day with the moon in Libra opposite Uranus. So moon in Libra striving for this harmony. A lot of times, like I said, Libra looks for harmony outside, and Uranus in Aries is holding that polarity point of saying, hey, what's important is your I am. Who are you? Are you balanced and are you clear in that? So we start the day with that energy, and it's just that reminder that you aren't going to find the exact harmony that you want outside yourself, but you can find it inside yourself if you get clear about who you are and then hold space for that in this world, because there is space for you being yourself and honoring your path in this world. We then have the moon squaring Mercury. So we've got Mercury in Cancer. Mercury in Cancer analyzing us, tuning into our feelings. And that Libra energy, again, Libra is so comfortable with like the logical, and this is this and this is that and this is pretty, and this energy may not necessarily feel pretty. That being said, there's some interesting stuff going on, like, under the currents that's bringing up some of this stuff that may not feel so comfortable. We have the energies of a grand trine in water. So we've got Mars in Scorpio connecting, this week it's going to connect to Chiron in Pisces. We've also got Neptune hanging out in Pisces. And then we've got all this Cancer energy. And that energy is like, hey, do you feel what's going on? Are you listening to your intuition? Are you honoring that? And a part of you may be like, oh, I don't know if I want to go there. I know that I have been tuning into that. I don't know if I want to go there, but you have to honor yourself. That's part of finding the harmony within yourself, is being like, I'm going to honor what's coming up within me. I'm going to honor my gut instincts. I'm going to honor my intuition. Helping us in that, I love this shift, is the moon shifting into Scorpio. Moon in Scorpio really hones our spidey skills, our Spider-Man senses, our intuition. It really helps us see what's going on beneath the surface. Now, once the moon shifts into Scorpio, we are going to have a very interesting little connection going on. So, moon in Scorpio will be connecting to Venus, newly shifted into Leo. Venus shifted into Leo last night. Venus in Leo is still at 0 degrees mostly through the day. 0 degrees is an energy of transformation. So this connection, it's a square, shows us some resistance. It is meant to bring some transformational energy into you. Now, what makes this connection, the square, really interesting is that there is Juno as a part of this. Juno and the moon are actually conjunct at 0 degrees in Scorpio. And then we have, who is it again? I'm trying to remember all the asteroids and where they put in the chart, because I realized I didn't actually write it on my thing. We've got Ceres, that's what it is. Ceres, the mother energy. Ceres is hanging out at 29 degrees in Taurus, which are 29 degrees in Aries, almost at 0 degrees Taurus, which is bringing T-square energy between these fixed signs. These fixed signs that are like, this is the way, this is the way. So this energy, Juno, I should mention what Juno is. Juno is partnerships. It is marriage. It's relationships on a very deep level. So we've got the Venus energy of the heart, self-expression. We've got the moon, which is like, we've got to put down some boundaries. We've got to step into our own power. And then we've got Juno, relationships, outward. This is usually romantic relationships. It's rarely, partnerships, unless they are really long-term, like business partnerships. Juno really tunes us into like marriage or long-term relationship energy. And then Ceres, which is like, are you taking care of yourself? Ceres is at 29 degrees Aries, which is tuning us into that I am vibration. Who are you? And are you honoring your heart in this situation? How can you honor your light and let it shine? How can you also honor the situation and instead of running from it, becoming open? And I really, really think that the cards demonstrate this. They're all reversed cards. I've got innocence. That's the card of the sun. That's the card of the heart. That's the card of the inner child. That's the card of Leo. And so there we have it in reverse. We're not honoring a part of our light. I've got flowering in reverse. This is keeping us closed. And if we want to change the world, we don't change the world by closing. We change the world by opening. Opening and bringing that sunshiny innocence, heart energy to every situation. I've got the lovers in reverse. So there's those relationship energies. I've got the conditioning card. We're falling into old patterns. And then I've got the ordinariness card in reverse. So conditioning and ordinariness. This is the old patterns, and we're falling into these old patterns with this because we're not seeing the gifts that are available in this situation with us. So it's a time instead to open your heart to yourself first and be like, who am I? How do I serve myself in this situation? And then how do I serve from serving myself in this situation? How can I open my heart? How can I be available? And I really like to get into the energy of like, everything's always working out for me. Everything is on my path for a reason, helping unfold it for lessons that I need. I trust that the universe is working this out. So you've got to get into that place to be able to set that boundary and say what you need to say, speak what you need to say. Speaking of speaking what you need to say, that really does feed into that Moon Mercury square. That Libra energy may not want you to say what you need to say, but Mercury squaring it, it's like, no, I have to nurture myself. I have to honor my soul. That being said, we also have Mercury shifting into Leo tomorrow. So I love this because we're getting, some of this work done. We're setting down these boundaries, and then Venus and Mercury are going to come together, and it's going to be really a great time for a heartfelt talk. But first, tune into yourself, honor yourself, find that harmony within. And with Moon and Scorpio, don't be afraid to go a little bit deeper in this energy. So that being said, the animal card that I have Moth. And moth says impulsive, hasty, and wishful. And it's just saying moth can sometimes be, oh, the grass is greener over there. That candle's a little bit brighter. It's saying don't make hasty decisions based on what you think that you just see. Instead, remember to feel through what is true for you. And stop spinning yourself in circles. Come into your own light. Notice your own light. We're so busy flying from here to there, going from light to light. We're forgetting the own light within. And that's been a lesson through this week, is coming into your own light. So that's what I get with the moth energy for this reading. So, interesting day. Tune into your heart. Let it shine. Remember who you are. I always think of that. Every time I say that, I think of the Lion King. Remember who you are, Simba. That's that energy with Venus moving into Leo. Remember who you are. It can come from that place. I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.